Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. It's time for a new project. Yeah, you haven't seen me in a while, but let's get started. I asked you guys for a vote, and you voted on it. We're building the Flivver. So, let me go ahead. Let's do a little heads up on this one. Get myself properly centered. There we go. This was a kit donated by a very good friend of mine called my pseudo-stepdad, Larry DeRubo. And of course, he was one of the people that said, build the Flivver. So, we're going to go ahead and build the Flivver, and I'm hoping that it's not going to look as bad as the finished job does on the front of this box. You know what? I guarantee you it's not going to look as bad. I'll get you a close-up of this, but yeah, it was pretty horrible. You can even see where they actually wrinkled the F, yeah, out of the iron-on, because the Ford. I'm going to assume, I'm going to find out, but I think it was covered in fabric because it was not covered in aluminum, or for my buddies everywhere else in the world, aluminium. We're going fabric on this one, and you know I've got the fabric, and you've watched me build. I love building with fabric, so we're going to go fabric. Now, I originally thought that the kit had foam core wings. And when you just look at the box, you say, yeah, that doesn't have foam core wings on it. So it's going to be, this will be a full build, which I'm okay with. It's kind of nice. I'll bring out my flat building board. We'll get the all the instructions set up on, and we're going to go over looking, not the instructions, but the plans. And in this video, we'll be just showing you what's in the kit, and we'll be showing you the plans and how I'm going to start building, because I don't think it's got instructions on it, but if you've built enough RC planes, just from even plans, always start, I've always started primarily with the wings. I've always started wings first and then go fuse. So I guess at this point, let me go ahead and get the bench somewhat cleaned off, and let's get, we'll open up that box and let's see exactly what's inside and where we're going to get started. All right, opening up the box to see what kind of goodies we got inside. All right, it looks like all of the drawings. So this looks like the way all the drawings are set up, this is going to be pretty much also your instructions on how everything is going to be properly hooked up on the inside. So, and this is okay. This might be interesting on how this is going to work. We are going to find out when we get to that point. Because I don't know if this is going to use a little X, almost like a T. That's going to go ahead and pivot with the instead of doing, you know, 2 servos for the wings. It may just be 1. So, and of course, because me being myself, I may make a change to the plans because I've done it in the past. So let's just take a quick little look to see how well. Yeah, so this is what they're going to be using. So they will be using, and it probably comes in the kit. I'll see what comes in the kit. Because if we want to go ahead and do it that way, we can, or we can just turn this bay right up in here into where we're going to put a servo. So, and that may be what I'm going to do, but we'll find out. And it's going to be fun, and we'll be going through all this one at a time. So we're going to have our independent ribs, and then we're going to have the caps, which is no big deal. All this stuff is relatively simple. So we'll go from that, and we'll go over all this as we are starting to put everything together, because there may be not changes in the plans, but just how we're going to have the whole bench set up. So that's going to be for the wing. As you can see, it's also written in German. So it'd be nice to know exactly where the heck this kit came out of. because I'm not 100% sure. It's an old kit. All right, and this is just going to be, okay, so there we go. All right, so it's going to be fused after that, and it looks like it's going to be pretty standard on how everything's going to be set up. So this should not be an issue at all. So I'm going to get this stuff out of the way and let's see what's in the kit. Okay, this is probably going to be the main bulkhead where the wing attaches. That's where the wing bolts are going to go through, the little studs go through. So that's what that's going to be. This little thing right here, it looks like it is going to be for, well, we'll find out when we look at what that is going to be. It's going to be an interesting little build. Wheels, some vintage wheel kits. There's your hardware, or hardwood. This is going to be the cockpit area up front. So where it looks like it's made out of wood, this one's actually made out of just an injection molded plastic. So we'll see how well this stuff gets cut apart and attached. Here is the little teeny baby hardware kit. And I'm pushing this the wrong way. There we go. And there's those little L's. So if you guys want me to go ahead and use that, you let me know. All right, here's just going to be another former. Another former. Yeah, a whole bunch of little square stock. Whole bunches of it too. It's going to be a fun little build. This would be the ribs, the wing ribs. And we're going to have different sizes and different cutouts on them. And this will be little sections for the wing tips. This little section right here will be wing tips. And here's just some more wing ribs. So I got 3 packages of ribs. And then this is going to be for, which would appear to be for the possible wing tips and the tail. Because this might be for the H-stab going across. We'll see when I get to that point. More hardwood. But and then other little doodads. Black pieces. Piece of hose for, we'll find out, that might be for the cockpit. Numbers 268. All right, and some more. That is strange too, because that's ply, but that's not new school ply. This is strange too, because it's lightweight, but it's actually got, and I don't know what kind of wood that is on the top. It's got a slight burl to it though, but it's some decent wood. We got our light ply already cut, and these would be for the, oh, come on, there you go. That'd be for the wing tips, the leading edge. So, all right, so we got everything set up now. Radio, I'll just use one of my Optima receivers, and on this one, if I cared to, just do a small little lightweight one. Here's a that's a 6-channel, little 6-channel. That'll work just fine for what we're going to do with this one. So, because all we're going to have is the motor, the ailerons, the way that they want the aileron set up. It's going to be one. Come on, we go 1 servo. So if we go that route, it'll just be 1 servo. If I decide to go new school with it, it'll be 2 servos. So we'll just be looking at throttle, elevator, rudder, and then, you know, so it's going to be a inexpensive build. It's just going to take a little bit of time, but inexpensive build, so it should be a good one. Now what we're going to do for the motor, I originally started out thinking I'll go electric. And the only issue I have with electric is, this is a 19, I'm going to screw this one up, but is it like 1927-ish? I'll get confirmation on this one. It's going to have an old putt-putt motor on it. And this thing had a 3-cylinder in it. And so what I decided to do on this one, just because the plane's not that big, and normally I would go electric on it, but because I wanted to have some noise. So I went and dig through my stash of engines I had purchased or engines that had been donated. I don't know if this one was donated or if I purchased it. I think it was probably donated. But what it is, it's a Sato FA50 4-stroke. When I opened up the box, I went through the engine and it didn't seem like it really wanted to move too well, but that's just because it's been sitting in a box. So I went ahead, went inside and pretty much did what I normally do, threw a little bit of WD-40 in there just to get everything moving just a little teeny bit. And then just went ahead and just put a little bit of oil on the inside. So what we've got a very nice motor, very nice compression, and as you can see, it's loose. So this is what's going to be in there. And working with Larry, the donor of the plane, we're going to try to put together a mock 3-cylinder radial that's going to sit up front, and then this will be inside the nose, inside the cowling. See how well it's going to fit, because I get a feeling that the cylinder head's going to pop out the bottom, but you know, we can make something work. So the other issue was go with the newer exhaust for the newer FAs. I can get them right now. They're looking at, from what they're saying, is the earliest I can get the muffler. I can get the little teeny, what do you want to call it, the tube coming out, the manifold. For the muffler itself, they're saying sometime possibly in February, but of course there's no guarantee because you don't know how many people have pre-ordered already. The other option is to just go with this muffler. Now, as you can see, get a good focus on it. Somebody had this thing set up for a smoke pump. So that's why they've got the copper coiled around it. And then what it does is it gets sucked in, the oil gets sucked in through here, feeds all the way around, warms it up, and then when it pumps it in the exhaust, it's gonna have a certain amount of heat in it that's gonna make it go ahead and smoke easier. That's a better smoke, less because the muffler itself is not that big. So they intentionally heated up the oil before it got sucked in. I can keep this thing possibly just the way it is and fly it with the coil all the way around on it, because I have no intention of doing a little smoke contest with this one. What I could do is I could go ahead, just pinch this line off, and then just go ahead and probably wouldn't silver solder it, but if I wanted to just go ahead, push it together, squish it together, and then just see how well, even with some JB Weld, would go ahead and lock that piece up, and then just go ahead and uncoil the copper from around the outside. So that is a potential, and let me know, for you guys watching, let me know, because, you know, I've done smoke before and smoke is fun. The only problem you're going to have is that's extra added weight you're going to be carrying in the aircraft, and I just don't know if this little putt-putt flying around is going to do very well with an extra, you know, 10 ounces of smoke oil inside of it. So I think at this point we're just going to have to get this thing set up just to go out and fly it, just have fun with it, and don't worry so much about the smoke show. So that's kind of, I think, how we're going to plan it, but that's going to be one of the last things I have to worry about. So that'll just kind of sit on the back burner. So even though it's a short video, at least you know where we're going with this. I have off, this is the 15th of December, and I pretty much have off until January, just burning up some regular, you know, paid time off. So I will be fairly well focused on just getting this thing started and see how far we can get along just in the next, you know, 2 weeks of building, see what we can do. So if you made it this far in the video, I would like to thank everyone for all the support you've given me, even in this year being a bad year. Very much appreciate it. And if this is your first time you're watching this video, just go ahead, hit that subscribe button. you know, send me a like just to see if it can help get a little more people viewed towards watching this channel. So anyway, let's go ahead. We're just going to call this a video, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm back in the shop.